Do you want to make basic wire loops for your bead links or projects, but you're not quite sure how to get them right? Well, I'm going to share my 5 secrets for success and perfect results. But shh! Don't tell anyone. In this video, I'm focusing on the basic loop, which is my staple go-to loop for links. It's also great when using head pins, and I'll tend to use this whenever the hole in the bead is large enough to take thicker gauges of wire. As copper is a soft metal, I use the basic loop with 0.8mm diameter or 20 gauge wire and thicker. If you're in any doubt, test the wire. Make a couple of loops, link them together, and then try to pull them apart. You want them to stay together under reasonable pressure and hold their shape. If your wire won't hold together, you'll need to use a wrap loop. I've got a video on that coming up, and I'll link it in a card here when it's ready. These links are a great way to use up wire trimmings. But if you're going to use fresh wire, keeping it on the coil will help to minimise the amount of wire that you use. If you're doing this, thread your bead onto the wire before you start. Now, to make sure we get even sized loops on the project, secret number 1 is to mark your round nose pliers. Mark across both jaws with a permanent marker the size you want your loops to be. As you get used to making loops, you'll find the technique that's most comfortable for you. But to begin with, I'd recommend holding the pliers with the marking the same side as the palm of your hand, then feed the wire into the pliers from the other side, and make sure it's in line with your marks. To get a nice round loop, secret number 2 is to make sure the end of the wire is flush to the side of the pliers. We can check this by running a finger along the side of the pliers. It should be smooth with no wire sticking out. We're now ready to make the loop, and secret number 3 is to keep a bit of tension on the wire. We can keep good control by laying the wire along the finger, and hold it with our thumb a little lower down. Then roll the wrist around to make the loop. We won't make the full loop in one go, just move the pliers around the loop a bit and roll again until the end meets the wire. We now have our loop, but it's on one side of the wire, so we need to centre it. So go back in, this time with the tip of the pliers, and kink that wire back so the loop is centred. And our first loop is done. Once we slide the bead up to that loop, we need to cut the wire on the other side of the bead. But how do we know where to cut? Well, that's secret number 4, and that's my secret tool. Shh! Yes, it is just a piece of thin plastic, but this width here is the length I need to cut the wire. I found this length by making a loop, marking where it finishes, then opening it back out and straightening as much as I can. I then use that to measure where to cut in the plastic. You could also use paper, but it won't be as durable. I then fit my wire in like this and cut the wire. We'll then bend the wire. I'm going to make this one parallel to the first loop, but you could rotate it by 90 degrees if you want. I have a habit of using my nail for this, but to do it properly we'll use flat nose pliers. These thin ones are ideal. Bend until the pliers touch the bead, then we can finish the bend with our fingers. Then we'll put the end of the wire into the round nose pliers, on the marks we made, and flush with the side of the pliers, then roll the loop. Finally, we can check that the loops are centred and even and adjust the positioning if necessary. And of course, to put these together, we open one of the loops like a door, hook the second one on, and close the loop again. What was that? What's secret number 5? Well, that's practice, of course. As you make more loops, you'll get a feel for the size that you like, you'll find the most comfortable way of making them for you, and you'll get that consistency. And you'll probably discover your own secrets for success. Please feel free to share your own secrets for success in the comment section below and check out what other people have shared. And don't forget to subscribe for more hints, tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.